High School. Welcome you to Hyer Family Park All-Star Baseball Field for the regional tournament competition for the 2025 FHSAA Class 4A Baseball Championship. The FHSAA reminds you that their class events are an extension of the classroom, and that lessons professionalism and proper respect is important to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show as you watch tonight's game. This is a regional championship contest between the Barron Collier Cougars and the Jesuit Tigers. Now let's meet the teams. Coming on the first baseline for Barron Collier, the visitors on the scoreboard. They come into the next game with a record of 24 wins and 8 losses. Their non-starters are number 7, Will Clark, number 9, Tucker Engle, number 11, Kaden Waechter, number 17, Lenny Shoemaker, number 21, Corey Shook, number 22, Stuart Engel, number 23, Hudson Berger, number 24, Logan Wake, number 26, Jason Favor, number 33, Owen Allen, and number 34, Levi Pash. Starting lineup for Barron Collier this evening, he begins off with number 15, Brady Gallen, who's the starting right fielder. Batting second is number 2, Brody Graham, the shortstop. Batting third is number 3, Casey Johnson, the second baseman. Batting fifth is the catcher, number 6, Carson Phelps. Batting in the 5th spot is tonight's starting pitcher, number 12, Alan Obermeyer. Batting in the 6th spot is number 5, Mason Humphrey, the first baseman. Batting 7th is number 8, John Minerva, the center fielder. Batting 8th is number 16, Dylan Williams, the third baseman. And batting 9th is number 20, John Hernandez Carr. The assistant coaches for Barron Collier are Mike Colson, Ty Ross, Carlos Shapiro, Dennis Vance, Keith Stevens, John Tapper, David Munera, and Eddie Curtis. And the head coach is Adam Johnson. Now let's move to the Jesuit Tigers. They come in with a record of 24 wins and 9 losses. Their non-starters are number 5, Colin Kenny, number 6, Brady Marshall, number 11, Jack Fitz, number 12, Pete Hyer, number 13, Luke Bynum, number 14, Jake Kirchner, number 15, Jack Morton, number 16, Ryan Thompson, number 18, Grady Hoare, number 20, Hansel Rivera, number 21, Chris Higgins, and number 32, Ben Burke. The starting lineup for right Sydney, leading these off with number 9, Brody Smith, the right fielder. Batting second is number 7, pitcher, number 10, Kaden Waechter. Batting third is the catcher, number 24, Vincent Zapalo. Batting cleanup is the designated hitter, number 4, Ryan Santana. Fielding in for tonight's starting center fielder, number 2, Kaden Waechter. Batting fifth is number 22, Bryce Cassesi, the third baseman. Batting sixth is number 3, Wilson Andersen, the second baseman. Batting seventh is the first baseman, number 25, Serena Mohammed. Batting eighth is number 31, Christian Sheffield, the left fielder. And batting ninth is number 1, Tyler Alperio, the starting shortstop. The assistant coaches for the Tigers are Louis Martinez, Pistolas, Ryan Stanley, Mike Johnson, Danny Vincent, and that boy is Drew Lane. The head coach for the Tigers is Miguel Menendez. The umpires for tonight's game at first base will be Frank Cedillo, at third base, Paul Fricker, and behind plate, Daniel Deshays. Now we ask you to please stand for opening prayer, and be followed by the playing of our national anthem as we honor America. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, we ask your blessing on all gathered for this game between Jesuit High School and Barron Collier High School. We pray especially for the young men who compete here tonight, and they play to the best of their ability, free from injury and according to the highest standards of sportsmanship. And may all of us in our daily lives seek to do your will for your greater glory. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Ignatius of Loyola, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Regional Finals, Game 2. To all you Jesuit Tigers fans and Barron Collier Cougar fans tuning into the live stream, let me let Mike Letting introduce the taking of the field. All right, folks, Kaden Waechter, Jr., 6'3", 190-pounder, the number 2 right-handed pitcher in the junior class in the state of Florida, the number 10 overall player at any position in this junior class in Florida, will take the bump tonight. He will follow up the difficult to stack up to effort of Wilson Andersen last night. So the pattern has gone like this. In the regional quarterfinals, Bonita Springs came in, faced ace Wilson Andersen. He shut him out. No-hitter, 10-0. And then they came back and played some small ball and scrapped together a victory in that second game to send it down to Bonita Springs, where Jesuit ultimately prevailed. Regional semifinals, Countryside, were blanked by a dominant pitching performance by Wilson Andersen. They did not come back in the second game. They were eliminated in the 10-run rule in the second game. And then that brought us to this regional final. Well, last night the pattern continued. An extraordinary performance by Wilson Andersen last night as he struck out 16 Cougars on the way to a one-hit shutout 8-0 game, 8-0 victory last night, as Jesuit now one win away from Fort Myers and the state semifinals. Kaden Waechter gets his fastball up to the low 90s. He is 15 innings into this experience this spring for Jesuit, as he missed about half the season with a knee issue. He struck out 19 and walked 4. His last outing, he was stellar. His ERA is under 1, .933, holding opponents to 132 average, 69% first pitch strike percentage. That leads the team. He's second with a whip, or walks plus hits, per innings pitched, a .733. That is fantastic. He's second on the team there. Kaden is a future Florida State Seminole. He is the number 14 ranked right-handed pitcher in the country and has been an all-tournament selection 11 times. Behind the plate, Vincent DiCarlo. Bryce Bassesi at third base. Tyler Alvario at shortstop. Second base, Wilson Andersen. First base is Samir Muhammad. Left to right in the outfield is Christian Sheffield. Cannon Murtaugh returns to center field, and Brody Smith in right. To lead things off for the Cougars is Grady Gowan. Grady, a senior, 5-time perfect game all-tournament selection. Jesuits' 15 seniors seeing the field for the last time here at Hyer Family Park tonight. And we are off and running. Waechter eyes DiCarlo's glove, steps into his windup and slings it, and that is a bouncing ball over to Wilson Andersen. Scoops it up, slings it over. Out number 1 is in the books. All right, one away. Top of the first, just underway here. And Brody Graham comes up. Now, Brody, the shortstop, senior, going to play for UCF. He's a 9-time all-tournament selection. First pitch is that cutter of Kaden Waechter's, and he looks like he's got it tonight. Very, very tough pitch to deal with, especially for these right-handed hitters. And there, he lands that one for strike 2. And quickly, Brody Graham is in an 0-2 hole to Kaden Waechter. Working quickly is into his windup for pitch number 3 to Graham, and that one's high and tight. He shrugs away from it, 1-2. I'm Doug Politz, and bringing you the last live stream of this season, as we won't be doing the games in Fort Myers. That's a proprietary deal there with the NFHS network, and he gets the swinging strikeout from Graham, and Kaden Waechter puts his first K in the books. Casey Johnson, left-handed hitting second baseman, junior, 5'10", 160-pound, 9-time all-tournament selection. Not too much to report on from last night because, again, just such a stellar outing for Wilson Andersen. Not many people had a chance to do a whole lot. He goes for it. He actually offers from the bunt. But if you are the Cougars, what you're looking for is get a base runner, get a hit, move the needle some kind of way, and scrap together a threat early on would be a great strategy, of course, because you want your team to believe, look, last night we just faced the #1 pitcher in the country, okay? Nobody does that great against him. Let's show these guys that we can play with them and we can beat them and we can take this thing back down to Naples. A swing, and K is for Kaden as he strikes out Casey Johnson to 1-2-3 the Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the top of the first. It is 0-0.
Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the online partner of the FHSAA.
Oh my God.
God bless you. I was screwing that up.
All right, folks, it's free hot dog night here. Every time you go up to the concession stand and say FHSAA, you get a free hot dog. Mike Letting's going to be full. Alan Overmeyer heads to the bump for the Cougars tonight. Alan, he was playing first base last night. He is a 6'5", 190-pound right-hander junior, 30-time perfect game all-tournament selection. He's been a tournament MVP once. He's a tournament All-American. Fastball up to 90 miles an hour. And if you are a Jesuit, of course, you want to keep going what was an explosion offensively last night. 4 guys hit home runs last night. Christian Sheffield, Kaden Waechter, Wilson Andersen, and a bomb from Bryce Bassesi. And everybody else got in on the act as well. So just an awesome all-around night. But that one's in the books, and you're facing their ace tonight. This is what Bonita Springs did. They saved their ace pitcher for the second night of action to see if they could have better odds against someone other than Wilson Andersen. And it worked out for him. So we will see how things go. He will face Brody Smith, Kaden Waechter, Vincent DiCarlo, Robbie Santana, Bryce Bassesi, Wilson Andersen, Samir Muhammad, Christian Sheffield, and Tyler Alvario. All right, Brody Smith, senior, 6-foot right fielder, Brody Smith, in his final game here at Hyer Family Park, and what a senior season he's had. Third on the team in hits with 24, tied for first in stolen bases, leads the team in walks, 5-time all-tournament selection, headed to East Tennessee State. He lets pitch number 1 go for ball 1 from Alan Overmeyer. Overmeyer, big guy, 6'5", can sling it up there. I'm looking forward to watching this guy throw. That one has some arm side run, probably a little too much, and that ends up outside, 1-0. And that one is hit high to right field, but it's angling foul, and it'll stay foul. Had he straightened that one out, he'd be jogging right now. Long strike number 1.
That'd be nice guy that hit home run.
If Overmeyer's got a heck of a changeup, he's got Smith right where he wants him here. 2-1. Fastball wide, 3-1. Fastball low, and Brody Smith adds to his team leading walk total. He's up to 23 walks now, and that's what your leadoff hitter's supposed to do, get on base. Brings up Kaden Waechter, who got his first yard ball last night. Hit one out at left field. Let's see if he can help his own cause tonight. He leads the team. The future Florida State Seminole leads the team in batting average at 400 even. Third in slugging and on-base percentage with an OPS over 1,000. That is good, folks. It's fantastic to have an over 1,000 OPS. And he wears one in his back, and Kaden will head over to first base and add to his on-base percentage. And that will bring up Vincent DiCarlo. Wait, we're going to get a runner. We're going to Colin Kenny's going to run for Kaden Waechter. All right, Vincent DiCarlo has just been steady Eddie, Mr. Offense, all year to go along with the stellar defense. Headed up to Raleigh, North Carolina to play for the NC State Wolfpack. What a senior season Vincent DiCarlo has had. He leads the team with 36 hits. Leads the team in on-base percentage at 500 even. And he wears one in the back of his shoulder. And now the bases are loaded, and Alan Overmeyer has not had the start I'm sure that he had envisioned, as he has walked one and hit two. And that brings up Robbie Santana, who has been hot just like an oven, like Marvin Gaye used to sing. Robbie leads the team in essentially the stats that measure our extra base hits. Slugging, on base plus slugging, RBI, he's second in hits and on base percentage, third in home runs with 4 home runs, 27 RBI. Santana's really been swinging it well this last half of the season. He lets ball one go. Carson Feltz behind the plate. He thought it had gotten by him, but he had blocked it better than he thought. He ended up right by his shoe. And once the umpire stepped aside, he could see it. Nobody moves anywhere, so nobody hurt. Some scraggly shadows kind of starting to stretch across the infield. Haven't made it to the outfield yet. As Overmeyer comes set at the belt. He kicks and releases. And that's hit in the air to center field. That'll be a single. That'll be 1 run. 2 runs. And caught halfway between first and second is Santana, but nobody covering first base, so he heads on back, and he gets a 2 RBI single. All right, well, we're going to get a mound visit already here. Well, Robbie Santana was already leading the team in RBI, and he's just tacked 2 more on. So, yep, that is not necessarily how you're going to script out starting this game. If you're Barron Collier, there's nobody out, 2 men on, 2 men already in, and you're facing Bryce Bassesi, who lost one over the Tampa Bay Park office building in right field last night and tacked on another double. So the sophomore is swinging it. Second on the team in RBI with 22, third in average at 338. All right, this first inning is basically looking like essentially the 8th inning from last night, as it has just continued. No, we didn't play 8 innings. I'm saying it continued right where they left off after the 7th inning last night. Fastball down and away, ball 1. So Overmeyer, a tough first inning. Has 10 pitches, 2 of them strikes. Trying to find his groove here. If he can limit the damage, then they can stay in this thing. Bassesi swings and misses a changeup, and that's a good pitch from Alan Overmeyer. The 30-time all-tournament selection for the Cougars. Can throw it hard, but if he can mix in that changeup, he's going to get a lot of guys out, and he can maybe get himself out of this. Outside, so all the fastballs are running outside. So Overmeyer has not found a groove so far. No luck on command so far. Trying to get through this first inning, just trying to get an out right now. Wide, 3-1. On deck, Wilson Andersen. It doesn't get any easier. After him is Samir Muhammad. Doesn't get any easier. And Overmeyer checks Santana at first. He sets and slings, and there's an opposite field single to bring Vincent DiCarlo home, and Bassesi has another hit and another RBI, and Jesuit has another run. All right, Wilson Andersen comes up. Now, when he's not pitching, he's actually doing some damage with the bat as well. He is tied for the lead with the home run lead with 5 on the season. That one misses, ball 1. He is also 3rd on the team in stolen bases. He has 21 hits, 19 RBI, future Mississippi State Bulldog. And that one hit hard on the ground. It gets through the 5-6 hole. Santana will be stopped at third base. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and Wilson Andersen gets a hit single. All right, Samir Muhammad. Samir, the 6'5", 250-pound sophomore first baseman. Samir, a 35-time all-tournament selection, a Team USA player like Andersen. Samir is tied with Andersen with 5 home runs on the season. And right now, nowhere to put him. 2nd on the team in slugging percentage, 3rd in RBI. And Overmeyer set at the belt, kicks and fires. And that looked like a slider that misses outside. Just does not have a good feel for his stuff so far. It's a 3-run game, but there's nobody out, and the bases are full. So right now, Overmeyer just trying to chalk up an out and not let it get too far out. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
How many strikes is he throwing out of 4 pitches?
6 out of 18. That's a slider that gets a swing and a miss from Muhammad. And Alan Overmeyer, this is the best spot he's been in so far. This has been a tough first inning for Alan Overmeyer and the Cougars, as the Jesuit offense has continued to capitalize on walks and hit by pitches, and he gets a swinging strikeout from Samir Muhammad. So, all right, so Samir Muhammad goes back to the dugout on strikes, and Christian Sheffield comes up. And Alan Overmeyer has the first out, the first strikeout of the game for himself. And Christian Sheffield comes up. Christian took one out left field last night. A great moment for Christian, the junior infielder, and right now playing left field. There's Overmeyer's slider. He goes back to it. It's down and away, and now the count is 1-0 to Sheffield. Again, bottom of the first inning, 3-0 Jesuit. Bases full. A swing and a foul ball. He taps it foul. Evening up the count, 1-1. That one hit in the air softly, but enough to get to left field in front of Hernandez's car, who can't get up in time, and Brody Graham can't get out there to reach it. Perfectly placed single to plate Robbie Santana, and another Jesuit run. God, no kidding. All right, Tyler Alvario. He pops one up to the right side. Second baseman Johnson over there grabs it, fires it home just to make sure Bassesi can't score, and he can't. So the pop out by Alvario is the second out of the inning. And the Tigers have batted around as Brody Smith, who walked his first time up, now has bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 4-0 lead for Jesuit in the bottom of the first inning. Outside, ball 1. Overmeyer, 25 pitches so far in this first inning. 14 balls, 11 strikes. And he catches the outside corner, and he catches a side eye from Brody Smith. Is this plate 24 inches? Okay. No, that's too tall. 2-1. Too tall, and Brody Smith working on another walk. He's at 3-1. He is not going to chase. A swing and an empty hack there. Saw one he liked, but he didn't make contact on it. Now the count's full. What's that?
That's that example. You just put the ball in play.
Yeah, well, sort of. All right, right here. Overmeyer can limit it to 4 runs, and he does just that. He gets a swinging strikeout. And the way it started, folks, I mean, 4-0, you're still where you can battle if you're the Cougars. Didn't need to add to that, or it might be a hole you can't dig out of. So in the bottom of the first inning, 4 Jesuit runs on 4 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base. We move to the top of the second inning. It's 4-0 Jesuit.
If you're interested, contact the former high school athletic association office in Gainesville or visit the official website at theconofficial.org.
All right, at this point, so Kaden Waechter, a picture-perfect first inning as he threw 8 pitches, 7 strikes, 1 ball. Opposite of Alan Overmeyer, who had a rough start here. Battled his way out of it, but 30 pitches, 14 strikes, 16 balls for Alan. And due to face Waechter is Carson Feltz, Alan Overmeyer, and Mason Humphrey. There's that cutter, and Kaden Waechter, he's really got a good feel for that now. I mean, the last game, he got probably half dozen guys out on it, and you mix that with a low 90s fastball. Looks like he's just enjoying throwing that cutter because he gets a lot of swing and misses. When they hit it, they sort of pool cue it off the end of the bat over toward the first baseman. That's just sometimes he just keeping Muhammad interested over there. There, right over to Muhammad, but it sails foul. Nobody out, top of the second inning. Waechter, set, shakes, nods, kicks, fires. And that is a slider / cutter, and he got to give it to Carson Feltz. He fouls that one off. It looked like it was out of reach of his bat, and the senior manages to tap it foul. And the 6-time perfect game all-tournament selection is still at an 0-2 count. I know you can't see it from this angle, but out in center field is Cannon Murtaugh, and what a wonderful sight that is out there. See Cannon back out there. Ball high, 1-2. Probably can't tell. You surely couldn't tell by talking to him. He's got such a great attitude. Swing and a miss. And Kaden Waechter gets another strikeout victim. That's one away. Yeah, I mean, you talk to Cannon. He has such a wonderful attitude. Great young man. You wouldn't guess that it's tearing him up, but I bet it has been, just to have to sit aside after the productive first half of the season he had. It's just wonderful seeing that young guy out there again. Fastball is ignored by the home plate umpire, so that's ball one. Alan Overmeyer says, don't bother, Kaden. You ain't going to get it on the outside corner. He said, I threw about 15 of them out there. He didn't call one of them a strike. Overmeyer, 6'5", again, throws right. He hits lefty. He lets that one go, and that one misses off the outside corner. Three and one. Alan Overmeyer probably smiling inside, saying, yep, it's tough. It happens to you too. Oh, he calls that one a strike, and Overmeyer shakes his head and said, that wasn't a strike. Full count. All right, here comes the full count offering from Waechter to Overmeyer. And that is fouled off into the pond. A nice looking swing from Overmeyer, but he sends it into the pond. And he slices one foul toward the left field bullpen on the cutter. Nicely done by Overmeyer. As now Waechter, 21 pitches, 16 strikes, 5 balls. A swing and an empty hack on a tailing fastball. Sends Overmeyer back to the dugout and records out number 2 here in the top of the second. Brings up Mason Humphrey. Mason playing first base tonight. Also listed as DH, so if he ever has to come out of the game, he'll still be able to hit. He's a senior, 6'3", 185-pound senior. Swing and a miss. He's the only guy to hit it out of the infield last night, actually. Hit a long fly ball to Murtaugh out in center field. I think that's the only hit outside the infield last night. It's such a dominating performance from Andersen. That one up high, 1-1. That one a bouncing ball toward third base. Bassessi's got it. He fires it over. Is it in time? It gets by Muhammad. And headed over to second base is Mason Humphrey on the throwing error. And that is going to be reached on error for Mason Humphrey. So 2 away. And now John Minerva, center fielder John Minerva, the junior, 6 foot, 150-pound junior, 10-time all-tournament selection. He had some action out in center field last night. That's a fastball off the mark inside. One and one. Again, Humphrey at second base. Minerva at the plate and Wiggins on deck. He kicks and fires, and that one right down the middle. Ball 2. 2-1. Letting doesn't agree with that one. As though you guys can't hear that. A long look in from Waechter to senior DiCarlo. And And that one, a slow roller over towards second base. Muhammad over to get it, covering his Waechter. And he smoothly gets it and steps on first base and gets out number 3. Well played by Jesuit. All right, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base in the top of the second. Headed to the bottom of the second, it's Tigers 4, Cougars 0. Stat. The stat Snickers bar. Stat. Like I'm reading now.
Well, American Heritage and Baylor Major right now, 0-0 on those. Going to the bottom of the third.
Okay. All right, Kaden Waechter steps up. He was hit by pitch his first time up. He'll lead off the bottom half of the second inning with a 4-run lead as the home team pitcher tonight. Team's leader in batting average at 400. Future Florida State Seminole. And that one a bouncing ball up the middle and another single for Kaden Waechter. And Colin Kenny's going to come out. Courtesy run for Waechter. All right, senior Vincent DiCarlo comes up. And Vincent has, what hasn't he done in his career here? What a wonderful career for Vincent DiCarlo. Will be missed for sure. They'll be remembering him for years to come. Excellent defensive catcher. So productive on offense. Such a steady, strong leader for this team. Everybody's going to miss Vincent. 0-1 over Hyer with a runner at first. And that one hit in the air to right field. On the run and leaping to grab it is Grady Gallen to send DiCarlo back to the dugout. And that is, it's tough to go back to the dugout when you hit it like that. But a very nicely played ball out in right field. That's one away. Bottom of the second inning. Robbie Santana, he got the scoring going with a 2 RBI single to center field his first time up. That's a changeup, down and away, ball 1. Fastball wide, and that is pitch number 35 for Alan Overmeyer. Pretty much no wind. There is some action out in the Cougar bullpen. That one smacked over toward their bullpen. Foul. Hustling out there to get it is Gallen. And it's 2-1. A swing and a miss, and that was a perfectly thrown and a great call after that foul ball way ahead of his fastball down the right field line. And so then he comes back with a changeup and gets Robbie way ahead of it on his front foot. Well chosen, well executed, and now Overmeyer's 2-2 against Santana. There goes the runner. Ball outside. The throw on target, not on time. Stolen base for Colin Kenny. And now Colin Kenny, 180 feet from a 5-run Jesuit lead. A swing and an empty hack, and it sends Santana back to the dugout, and he's immediately shakes his head like, why did I swing at that one? So you know he'd like that swing back. You'll get another shot at it, Robbie. All right, that's 2 away, and now Bryce Bassesi, who's been as hot as a Rolex in a pawn shop. 2 hits last night. Single RBI single to left field earlier tonight. And the sophomore waits, and he lets that one go inside. Ball 1. That one up at his eyes, but he swings and he fouls it kind of down into his own foot. And it's tough to let those pitches go when they're right up there where you can see them so well, but it's hard to get the barrel on them. 1-1. Little bitty puff of a breeze headed out to right field. It's not sailing weather right now. Fastball wide. A swing and a miss on another high pitch. 2-2. Bryce got a taste of the long ball last night, and maybe he wanted to go back for a second helping, but Overmeyer probably wise to go back up maybe an inch or 2 higher, see if he'll go after it. That one down low and away, and it's popped up foul and out of play down the third base line, so Bassesi stays alive. Deuce is wild. Couple of balls, couple of strikes, 2 outs, man on second. Number 22 at first at the plate now. That one a bouncing ball to first base. It gets by Humphrey over there. Around third comes Colin Kenny, and he'll stand up and step on the plate. That's run number 5. As Bassesi reaches, we're calling that reach on error. Yeah. Absolutely. So he reaches on the error. And yeah, that is, let's see, 5 for Jesuit. Let me update the graphic here, folks. Put on my tech hat. All right, Wilson Andersen. Now he singled to left field his first time up. And he hits one sky high and foul toward the Collier bullpen. And a diving catch. No, he loses it. Wow, Grady Gallen came over from about 80 yards away, slides into the bullpen, hits in his glove, and then pops out. Give him a round of applause. He came out of nowhere. I thought nobody was near it. Wow. That's not an error. He did everything but kick it. Who cares? Yeah. Well, then we need to text whoever's running Game Changer. And that one fouled. That one out of play. No chance for Gallen to run that one down. So last night's strategy was keep it away from Brody Graham at shortstop. After a couple of, guy is smooth as oil on ice. Okay, good. Yeah, he's slick as oil on ice out there at shortstop. And so he made 2 plays early, and they just decided last night Jesuit just hit the ball where he can't get to it, which is over the fence. And there's a bouncing ball. It hits the glove of Dylan Wiggins at third base and then ricochets out into left field. And that is another reach on error, as the Cougars are not having a good time with handling these ground balls here in this inning. And it's keeping things alive with 2 outs. And that puts Samir Muhammad in the batter's box. And he is tough as a railroad spike, as everybody knows. A swing and an empty hack from Samir. A swing and an empty hack. A mighty hack, but a breezy one. 0-2. And he fans Muhammad and ends the inning. And so we've got Jesuit with the bottom half of the second inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 men left on base. After 2 complete, it's 5-0.
But the award will go to someone who's a youngster. Okay, ready? The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate sponsors who helped make the FHSAA Baseball Championship possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Curse Puncher, Burke Jones, the official championship group partner of the FHSAA. Max Fresh, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, the provider of the official
Funny, the chat's pretty funny. They got some good stuff in these.
FHSAA Baseball Championships.
Hey, thank you, Brad Sigler. Appreciate it, man. All right, letting's done. So, yeah, this reminds me, Brad Sigler out there. Okay, fine. You guys in the chat, while we're talking about ridiculous nonsense that I say up here, you guys can chime in the chat box. I mean, you've been listening and watching all year. So just reply with what your favorite stupid, idiotic, witty, whatever you want to call it, line that I've said this year doing these live streams. Just throw your favorite one out there. I'm curious which ones connect with you guys. I say it for my entertainment, quite honestly, and you guys are allowed to eavesdrop. So I'd love to hear which ones you guys like the best. All right, top of the third. Dylan Wiggins comes up, third baseman. Senior third baseman. Nobody out, 5-0. Top of the third, and Waechter high and tight. Buzz the tower there.
When you talk, I just tune out.
That one swung on and fouled away out of play. Ball on a strike. Sliced foul into the netting by his own dugout, and it's now 1-2. Kaden Waechter now 32 pitches, 23 strikes, 9 balls. That's pretty good. Pretty good there, Kaden. Looking sharp again tonight. Nobody out. 5-run lead. That one smacked into center field. Base hit, first one of the night for the Cougars. On a knee to field it is Kaden Murtaugh, and that is a pleasant sight out there to see Kaden Murtaugh scooping it up and slinging it in. All right, Hernandez Carr, the left fielder. The number 9 hole hitter. He's up now with teammate Dylan Wiggins aboard. And Waechter sets and slings, and it's inside, ball 1. Oh, that one. That is a hit by pitch. It kind of almost looked like it hit him, then hit his bat, and ricocheted down the third base line. But that'll be a hit batsman. And now runners first and second with nobody out. And this would be where Overmeyer kind of rallying in that first inning and limiting it to 4. Sounded crazy at the time, I know, but if you nibble back a little bit here and get 2 or 3. Then it's a whole new game. Muhammad up on the grass. Nobody out. Everybody expecting a bunt here, and they're not getting it. Ball outside. Grady Gallen up, the right fielder, the hustling right fielder from a few minutes ago, senior. And again, Bassesi at third, Alvario at short, Andersen at second, Muhammad at first. There's the bunt to the left side. Well done. Waechter loses a handle on it. It was intended to be a sacrifice bunt. And that is going to be a base hit on an infield bunt there. Speedy Gallen. Is now at first base. And we're going to get a mound visit with the bases loaded in the top of the third and nobody out. Up to bat is Brody Graham. Brody headed up to or over to Orlando to play for UCF when he finishes, the 6'1 senior, now in a great spot here. On the road, bases loaded, regional final, team down 5-0, a chance to really make an impact. He surely makes it out in the field. He's as smooth as a buttered bowling alley out there at shortstop. But with the bat here, he can really, I mean, if he hits one in the gap here and everybody merry-go-rounds it, this is a new ball game. We'll see. A swing and an empty hack. As Waechter dials that one 90 plus and gets a swing and a miss. And a wind-only whack is 0-2. So Brody Graham in a position to get his team on the board here, but he's down 0-2 to Kaden Waechter. Future Seminole versus future Knight. And he gets him swinging. And Waechter gets a good fist pump that he has earned there because he needed to get that one on strikes, and he did it. 1 out. Casey Johnson, the second baseman, comes up. Now, he struck out his first time up. Fastball, that one hits the inside corner. Perfectly played by Vincent DiCarlo. It was an attempted squeeze play. He went after it, strike one, and Dylan Wiggins a little too far off third base, and Vincent DiCarlo guns him down over there. Perfectly played.
What the hell? He didn't throw him left field first time this season. Take advantage of that.
All right, runners at first and second now. That was called a ball, guys? Oh, sorry. I thought it was a strike. And that is hit in the air to left field. And a diving Christian Sheffield gets it and comes up fist pumping, celebrating. That was a beautifully played ball as he dives and hit the ground and then reached up and caught it while on the ground. Perfectly played. All right, top of the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We're through 2.5 now. It's 5-0 Jesuit. Wow, so Kaden Waechter, after the mound visit, he gets a strikeout, then he gets an out on the base paths when they picked off Wiggins at third base, and then gets a diving play from Sheffield in left field to keep the Cougars scoreless. All right, Christian Sheffield comes up. He had that sinking liner single to left field last time.
Do you want anything else? Are you sure? Water?
All right, Christian Sheffield, again, singled his first time up. Ball outside, ball one. As Letting talks through the first pitch. I'm sure the pitcher is over there saying, really? A swing and a mighty but an empty hack, and it's a ball and a strike to Christian Sheffield. The 11-time all-tournament selection, Christian Sheffield. 19 hits on the year, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's stolen 7 bases. Tied for second on the team in walks with 16. A swing and an empty hack on the breaking pitch. And it's now 1-2. That one looked like a changeup that sort of tailed inside at the last moment. And Sheffield bails out of the way. And home plate umpire says 2-2. Nobody out, bottom of the third. Too tall. Full count. Pitch count now for Overmeyer, 56 pitches, 32 strikes, 24 balls. Final night here at Hyer Family Park for these seniors. 15 seniors for Jesuit here at their last game tonight. It's going to bring up Tyler Alvario. Tyler Alvario, a senior, a 5'9", 170-pound infielder. And Tyler Alvario, he popped up to sort of shallow right field his first time up. Very solid defensively. In that middle infield, and is sometimes he is DH'd for, so he doesn't get that many at bats. And he up there to bunt, pulls back, does not offer. You know, you always wonder, is Sheffield going to steal second, or are they going to bunt him over? And let's see what they do. And that one bunted in the air. Overmeyer catches it, and Sheffield scampers back to first base. No throw. So a popped-up bunt. All right, 1 out. Brody Smith up. He has walked and struck out. Fastball up high. 1 away, bottom of the third. Jesuit has built a 5-0 lead. Have actually left a few runners on base, so it could be worse. But Alan Overmeyer, after that difficult first inning, has kind of started to get where he's battling. Not like he doesn't allow a base runner here or there, but he's certainly become more of a challenge for the Jesuit hitters here when he starts to get control of his stuff. And maybe he'll settle in and have a few more innings in him. He's at 61 pitches at this point. That one hit in the air to deep right center field. That's got some carry. That's got a chance. Hey, it's got a ticket out of here! Senior Brody Smith with a big fly to right center field. And in comes Christian Sheffield, followed by Brody Smith. And his teammates are waiting for him by the dugout to celebrate. Boy, he got that one to the deepest part of the ballpark, out in right center field, and we're going to get a new pitcher now. Okay, Overmeyer is going to probably, yes. Let's see. All right, Overmeyer comes out. No, Overmeyer heads to first base. And number 9, Tucker Engel. So Tucker Engel will come in relief of Alan Overmeyer. And now Jesuit has a 7-0 lead.
Willow head first base, the former pitcher, Alan Overmeyer, who wants something in on the mound, Tucker Engel.
So the designated hitter will hit from the pitcher.
Yep.
Overmeyer going back to first base?
Overmeyer's at first, yes. Okay, Kaden Waechter, again, has been hit by a pitch and singled. He takes outside corner.
Start off like that. I hope you give Kaden one of those back.
So we put in an order with the concession stand. No more Mountain Dew for Mike Letting tonight. Ball outside. A ball and a strike. Is that my Mountain Dew? Ball outside. 2-1. So Waechter working the count on reliever Tucker Engel. Tucker, the sophomore, 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore. He's been the most valuable pitcher in a perfect game tournament. 20-time perfect game all tournament selection. And Waechter lets that breaking pitch go. It bounces in the dirt, so he's at a good position here at 3-1. High and tight, and Kaden Waechter is down with OBP tonight. He's been hit by a pitch, singled, and walked. Colin Kenny goes to relieve Kaden of any running responsibility, and that brings up senior Vincent DiCarlo. Again, future North Carolina State Wolfpack catcher Vincent DiCarlo. Vincent has been hit by a pitch and flown out on a line drive to right fielder Grady Gallen. So Tucker Engel has one away. A runner at first. And ball one outside. Fastball outside corner, strike one. 1-1. Oh, kind of a half-hearted swing from Vincent. One of those he wants back immediately, like, why don't I swing at that? He kind of looks up at the sky for a second and says, all right. Big deep breath, steps in, but now it's with 2 strikes. So this is where typically Vincent will go the other way. Just get something in play, and a lot of times good things happen. That one, he gets called. He gets called out on a strike that is well outside, and I think he's not very happy about that one. He pleads his case, and his appeal is dismissed. And it brings up Robbie Santana. He has singled and struck out. Fastball, that one's in there, outside corner, strike 1. Bottom of the third, 7-0 Jesuit, regional final game 2, and Barron Collier in a hole here at 7-0. Fastball inside corner. Gives the Jesuit fans a little chance to practice their groan. Oh. That was a strike, guys. This is the inside corner strike. A lot of times these guys don't pitch inside corner to these lefties. It's actually kind of nice seeing it. 0-2. That one is popped straight up. Shallow center field. Minerva coming in. Calls everybody off. Grabs it. Out number 3 is in the books.
And 2 runs are scored. 1 runner is left on. There's 1 base hit. The score 7-0 after 2.
All right, in the bottom of the third, 2 Jesuit runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We move to the top of the fourth, 7-0 Jesuit.
And an educational environment. The former high school athletic association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
All right, Carson Feltz. Now, he was a victim of swinging strikeout his first time up. Waechter starts off inning number 4 with 43 pitches, 31 strikes, 12 balls. Squares to bunt right out in front of the plate. DiCarlo hustles after it, guns it to first base to get him by a couple of steps. Perfectly played as usual. All right, out number 1. Brings up Alan Overmeyer, now the first baseman, starting pitcher, but now at first base. He struck out swinging his first time up. And there is a beautiful slider that gets sort of a half-hearted swing from Overmeyer. Man, you can keep landing that. You are going to get 90% of the guys swing and miss on that. You won't even get many foul balls. DeCarlo, I think he's got an issue with a shin guard, but he gets a replacement and jogs back out. And I think we're all ready now. Regional final, game 2, 7-0 Jesuit here, top of the 4th. Waechter slings it, and there's that slider, and there's a strike. It's got a great, sharp, darting break to it. Indistinguishable in the delivery from his fastball. And there's the fastball that's off the mark outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Waechter at 47 pitches now here in the top of the 4th. And there is his slider, and he gives sort of his victory hop, as it is called, strike 3. Out number 2's in the books. That'll bring up Mason Humphrey, the designated hitter. He reached on an error his first time up. Mason, the 6'3" senior, has been an all-tournament selection. That one is swatted foul down the left field line. 0-1. Well, folks, we certainly appreciate it. This is a good time to just tell you, I love doing this. I'm so glad all you guys are out there enjoying it, too. You can't always, it's not like you can just drive to Tampa or fly there from Duluth, Minnesota to see these guys play. Swing and a miss. And so we have this one angle behind home plate, but in the offseason we're going to be putting a few more cameras in for this, so that you can have the center field view and then a view from each dugout. You'll have the same irresistible charm and wit from me, of course. But as far as the visual, you'll get different angles. And there is a ball down and away. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So anyway, very much appreciate getting to do this. Love high school baseball. As you can tell. And glad that it is something that you guys enjoy as well. I will not be live streaming games down in Fort Myers. That is a proprietary thing with the NHF network something. I can't get all the initials. But that's another outfit that does that, not the individual schools. And so those of you that are going to head down to Fort Myers, bring a personal fan, bring an ice necklace. It's so hot, it's so humid, you got to chew the air before you inhale down there. Nobody's in the sunshine, everybody's in the shade. Boy, I'm painting a beautiful picture. Hey, see you there. Sign me up. Strike 3 is not called. Ball 4. Whew, whew. I think Kaden Waechter was a couple of paces toward the dugout thinking he got that one, but I don't know. That strike zone, it's tightened up like that top string on a Texas fiddle now. John Minerva. John Minerva, he grounded out to Samir, who flipped it over to Kaden Waechter the first time up. Ball outside. That one hit in the air to right field. Senior Brody Smith over there. He grabs it, and that's going to be out number 3 to retire the side. All right, in the top of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 4th inning now. It's 7-0 Jesuit.
For more information, see your school's athletic director and our Rock, or visit the FHSAA website at fhsaa.com.
And for the final time this year, freestyle freaking in the house tonight. I wait for this one every 4th inning, folks. It takes everything I got to sit still in this chair when they play this one, because this was back in my college days. Man, that one, man, oh man, they'd play this and the dance floor would be packed. Hey, Gen Xers out there, y'all remember this one, right? I know the Gen Xers remember this one. All right, coming up, Bryce Besessi. He has single to left on a nice inside-out line drive to drive in a run, and then he reached on an error, sort of routine bouncing ball over to first baseman, and it just bounced right over his glove into right field. All right, 3rd time up for Besessi. He takes a mighty hack, and he fouls that one out of play down the left field line. Tapped foul right past Louis Martinez, who makes sort of an anemic effort at it. He didn't even twitch. I'm going to have to get on Louis there. He didn't even try for that one. A ball and 2 strikes. That one thrown inside, right on the hands, and Besessi fouls it over the Jesuit dugout down the left field line. Somebody on that! That's my favorite. My son used to laugh when Miguel would say that. Every foul ball. Trip Russo! Trip Russo! Somebody on that! He'd make Trip Russo go after all those foul balls. Because he's always goofing off in the dugout, and so you need to give him something to do. All right, 1 and 2. That one fouled out of play. And that is about a dozen baseballs on Bryce Besessi's tab tonight. About 4 of them this at bat. That's 4 foul balls in a row. There's a foul ball. Now, the Cougar coach over there, a sure-handed grab over there. I love it. Nice. Nice play in that dugout. Mike, how many more times you got to say FHSAA tonight? 25? Okay. Fouls it away. I mean, I'm looking at this scoring app I got, and this at bat, it's F ball, then F F F F F F F. It's just all F F F for foul ball for Besessi here. For F F F F F for Richard Pryor concert. Foul ball into his own leg. It's a foul ball. Look, this at bat, it's safe to just say it was a foul ball, my friend.
You're right there.
You couldn't be fooled by that.
I guess he was trying to tell me if he was faking or not. Yeah.
Oh, up and away, ball 2. So yeah, so the next stop for whoever comes out of this series right now, it's looking pretty favorable for Jesuit. Next stop, Fort Myers, and I mean, yes, it's so hot and so humid, but they also, you talk with athletic director Rupp, and he'll tell you that there's the lightning detectors. They must be set on just spark, anything. Calls him out on strikes. They must have the most sensitive setting because you'll have barely a cloud in the sky and the thing will go off and you got a delay for lightning. So, I mean, I know I'm not painting this fantastic picture. It's a wonderful experience down there, but, nothing's perfect. And I got to warn you, you guys trust me now. I got to at least let you know what you're getting yourself into. FHSAA is going to be like, yeah, who's the live stream announcer from Jesuit constantly cracking on our event? All right, ball outside to Wilson Andersen. He singled to left and reached on an error on third baseman Wiggins. Ball 2-0. A swing and a miss and a mighty hack. A little breeze stirred up from that Wilson Andersen cut. 2-1. Three one. Future Mississippi State Bulldog, Wilson Andersen. Called strike 2, and now the count is full. Wilson with 21 hits on the year, 19 RBI. Stolen 8 bases. That one hit in the air hard to center field. Minerva gives chase. It one hops the wall. That'll be a double at least, and yet, no, he's going to keep legging it out to third. The throw is on time, on target, but gets by third baseman Wiggins. And Wilson Andersen slides into third base with his second hit of the night, a triple. Well, that's one of those triple. George Foster said it best. It's the most exciting hit in baseball. It ain't the home run. Home run's over as soon as it starts. Triple, according to George Foster, is like a first date. You get it started, you don't know how it's going to go, and you're so excited at the end of it. But the home run's over as soon as it starts. And Muhammad takes strike 1 with the infield end. And Wilson Andersen at third base with 1 out. He'd be run number 8 if Samir can get this one in. A breaking ball, and that one ricochets away from Feltz, and in comes Wilson Andersen. Boy, he threw it back toward home plate, and Engel hadn't arrived yet, and he slung it way past him. Ended up over by first base, but that's going to be a wild pitch. That's going to score Andersen. It's now 8-0 Jesuit, so the pressure is off Muhammad for the RBI. That one inside, ball. 2 balls and a strike. A sort of half swing. He taps it foul right back into the catcher's mask. And Samir didn't really want to swing, but ends up with a little foul ball there, and so it's 2-2 still. A swing and an empty hack, and it is picked up and thrown to first base. It requires a leap by Overmeyer to catch, but he lands on first base, and the drop third strike, 2-3 out. That's out number 2. Christian Sheffield comes up. Christian has singled and walked. Foul ball. All right, Johan Lopez, I got you, man. I see you in the chat. So if a triple is more exciting, how about an inside the park home run? Very exciting. I'm just quoting George Foster on that. That was a great quote of his. I used to love watching that guy. It's a big red machine. Ooh, that one. Did it get a thread of his jersey? I guess not. Ball 1. But you got a great point there. An inside the park home run, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Stealing home is really exciting when someone does that right. There's a strike. That's a ball outside and low, full count. Oh, no. He says he went, the first base umpire says he went around. Goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. And at the, after, let's see, 4 complete, Jesuit 8, Barron Collier 0.
Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You also can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site, you can keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics and the state for the best. That's facebook.com/FHSAA.
Somebody out in the field.
No, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same.
All right. What I want to do.
All right, Kaden Waechter heading back out. He'll face Wiggins, Hernandez, Carr, and Gallen. Waechter at 57 pitches here starting in the top of the 5th. And Jesuit is getting closer. Under Miguel Menendez, state championships in 2019, 2022, 2024, and of course, a de facto championship in 2020 when they were ranked number 1 in the nation in that COVID-shortened season. Not getting ahead of things, just saying that's what they aspire to, and a lot of the work has paid off so far, and Barron Collier running out of outs here. Got to get something on the board, got to get something going to keep this season alive. Ball high and tight. Dylan Wiggins singled to center field his first time up.
Trying to just say other sites. So Mulberry did win last night.
Yeah.
We won last night.
Yeah.
And I think Owen won last night.
That one swung on and tapped foul. A ball and a strike.
That's the second game.
And so then this is their first game, the Balin Jesuit American Heritage. And then if I can get the scores in the 2 and 1 innings, I'll read the documents.
Yes, sir.
In between.
That one chopped foul right past his third base coach. It's now 1-2. Fouled out of play. I love it. Brad Sigler says George Foster was on my all-time facial hair team. Well, where was Raleigh Fingers? He must have been captain of that team. Oh, okay. Waechter kind of had a little celebratory hop there, but no umpire says anything. So 2-2. Home plate umpire just ignored that one. That home plate umpire is like, nope, I'm not helping you, Kaden. It's like helping a fish swim. Swing and a miss there. And there's a strikeout for Waechter. Hernandez's car comes up. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Man, Letting is locked in on these other scores. There's that slider. He and Austin Ford over here are seeing what else is going on in the 4A division. Just seeing where everybody else is, what results are coming in. There's another slider. Goodness gracious alive. 0-2. A swing and an empty hack. Put that one in the books. Again, K is for Kaden. Stand by one. Stand by one. Yes, I've got 8. That's 8 Ks for Kaden. All right, Graydon Gallen has singled and grounded out. And he stands in the top of the 5th with 2 outs here in this regional final, game 2. Waechter in tight, 1-0. Kaden, 67 pitches, 46 strikes, 21 balls. That's right on target where he usually is. About 67% first pitch strikes, right on target, fouls it straight back, a ball and a strike. All right, I got a question from the chat, Mike.
Yes.
How's Bellin Jesuit doing?
Balin Jesuit is losing 5-0 in the top of the 6th.
Losing 5-0 in the top of the 6th. Johan Lopez. And right on target, Brad Sigler jumps in. He's all over. There's a bouncing ball to Bassesi. He gloves it, slings it across. Muhammad's got it. That's going to retire the side. All right, top of the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth. 8-0 Jesuit.
American Heritage and Blue Jesuit were playing their first game tonight. American Heritage leads that game in the top of the sixth, 5-0. Clay versus Arnold. Arnold having won last evening. They're up in the Panhandle. They are leading Clay by a score of 1-0 in the top of the third.
All right. Middle of the fifth inning, pump up the jam. I mean, hey, do we have a pinch hitter, guys? It looks like we do have a pinch hitter.
Jack Morton. Battle for Ralph Curry. Sure. Yeah, 15.
All right, Jack Morton.
Yeah.
You think he's going to go in at shortstop?
No.
Okay. All right, Jack Morton is going to pinch hit for Tyler Alvario. Jack, a five-time all-tournament selection. Senior, 6'2", 185-pounder. And he has a chance to bat in the last game here at Hyer Family Park. 3 hits on the year. Lets that one go, strike one. He's been walked 4 times, stolen a base, scored a run, 6 RBI. He's had a double this year. 5-time all-tournament selection. There's a strike, and quickly it's 0-2. So Tucker Engel, not wrapped up in any of the wistful senior emotions here. He's ready to get some outs. That's a bouncing ball up high, but when you're 6'5", Overmeyer at first base, that's easy. That's eye level. And he steps on first, and it's a quick U3 ground out. That brings up Brody Smith. We continue with the bottom of the fifth, and Brody Smith, the senior that's headed to Johnson City, Tennessee, play for the East Tennessee State Buccaneers next year. He has walked, struck out, and homered. And that one misses outside, a little bit wide, 1-0. Bounces it in there, 2-0. And Brody Smith, as usual, ahead in the count. He does not chase many pitches, and he is often walked. Leading the team in walks with 23. Has scored 23 runs. A swing and a mighty but an empty hack. It's 2-1. That one the other way is drifting, slicing foul, and it lands foul out in left field. That was just drifting left, 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 left. It kept going so far left, it almost hit Karl Marx in the head. 2-2. 264. I went up there. And a full count for Brody Smith. Fastball inside, and there's a base on balls for Brody Smith. And as usual, he's down with OBP. That's his second walk of the night, along with a home run. Brings up Kaden Waechter, who's been hit by a pitch, singled, walked, and struck out 8 batters for the Cougars. He's done his part tonight. On the Impala. Ball outside. Up high, gets by Feltz, and Brody Smith on the pass ball will head over to second base. All right, well, that makes things a little bit interesting here, okay? Not getting ahead of ourselves, but this is the 5th inning, and the winning run is essentially in the batter's box right now. Am I right on that, guys? Call me crazy. I'm no rule book guy, but I got math on my side here. 2-0. Fouls it straight back. That one's got a few little scuffs on it. Check it out, Mr. Umpire. Boy, Greg Maddox would be begging for that ball back, huh? You get one with like a cut in it or a slice in it, he'd be like, no, give me that one back. A swing and an empty hack. 2-2. Ooh, yanks it way far outside, and that one gets by Feltz. That one's a wild pitch. That'll send Brody Smith over to third base. And a foul ball from Waechter. Didn't look like he was dying to swing at it, but kind of had to throw the barrel out at it. And it's fouled back, and he stays alive with a full count. And an RBI opportunity. 90 feet to his left, Brody Smith. Brody has walked, gotten to second base on a pass ball, third base on a wild pitch. And that is hit hard to left field and over the head of left fielder Hernandez Carr. Extra bases for Kaden Waechter as he doubles in Smith. And Waechter is 180 feet away from being the game-winning run here. And Colin Kenny's going to take his place. Folks, I want to take a chance at this moment to thank the behind-the-scenes unsung hero of these live streams, and it's Colin Rivera. Colin is the guy that sets all this stuff up. He's the tech guy that puts the graphic up, the colors for the teams on the graphic, sends out the social media announcements so you guys can start getting fired up about noon for these live streams. He makes this so much easier for me. I mean, I can come in and just sort of do the stuff I do. Yes, I update the screen. I do a bunch of that stuff, but he makes it all. He lays it up for me perfectly. Thank you, Colin. You're the best. A foul ball, but over there is Grady Gallen, and he gets to it, but not able to glove it in foul territory.
See that Major League play yesterday? The guy ran to the ball, foul ball, and broke his arm?
No, I didn't see that. Ugh. Well, all right, DeCarlo 0-2. He undoubtedly remembers he was called out on strikes that first time up on a pitch he disagreed with. He has been hit by pitch, flown out to right field, and then been called out on strikes. Game-winning RBI opportunity for senior Vincent DeCarlo. And Vincent finally says, "Can I have a moment?" After the long stare down between Tucker Engel and Carson Phelps, with Colin Kenny at second base. One of those classic DeCarlo base hits would put the cherry on top here. And there he swings and misses an outside fastball and has to head back to the dugout. It's now 2 outs. All right, Robbie Santana in the same position now. A chance to end this thing with a base hit. Robbie has singled to center field, struck out, and then popped up to shallow center field. 1 for 3 on the night tonight. His spray chart on here looks like a big bowl of spaghetti. Just hits it all over the place. Foul ball bounces off the facade back into the home plate umpire's ankle. But he's good. Too tall. Ball and a strike. All right, Engel 60 pitches now in relief work, 38 strikes and 22 balls. And he steps off. And Santana stands in. Santana looking for his second hit of the night. That one up and out. 2-1. As Letting and Austin Ford over there still doing all that bracket calculus. Figuring out, if they win and then they the higher seed and lower seed and who gets whom and all that stuff. A little early. Let's finish this thing out. As he takes a change up low and away, and it's now 3-1 for Santana. Again, with a game-winning RBI chance here. This is the 5th rank. This is the 5th inning, and the 9-0 lead would be 10-0 with a base hit as he fouls that back. Full count. Tucker Engel not ready to give up. And Miguel Menendez brings some pine tar out to Robbie Santana. Left-handed hitting. Designated hitter, Robbie Santana. 15-time all-tournament selection, senior. 6'1", 195 pounds. That one down and dusty, and he gets a base on balls and adds to his on-base percentage, and we've got a mound visit coming up before Bryce Bassesi comes up. All right, right fielder Grady Gallen is leaving. I wonder if that's who he's bringing in, or is he bringing in a different pitcher? And somebody's going out to right field. I don't know, but he. Yep. Let's see who's coming in. It looks like number 16 is coming in to pitch for Engel. Now 16 was at third base. That was Dylan Wiggins. Yep, and maybe he's going to play a different position, but 17's going to right field.
Going out to right field with 17, Blaine Shoemaker.
Blaine Shoemaker headed out to right field. Dylan Wiggins moves from third base to the pitcher's mound, and I don't know who's going to play. Who's playing third base now, Mike? Can y'all see who's at third base now? That fourth guy over there? What's his number? No, 16's pitching, Mike. Dylan Wiggins. Looks like 15 is at third base now. All right, so from right field to third base is Grady Gallen. From third base, 21 is going to pinch run. That's Chris Hemmings. I mean, we are busy. I'm going to tell you right now, we're the busiest people in this ballpark is the people dealing with these subs. So now Bryce Besesse's up. He has singled, reached on an error, and been called out on strikes. There's a fastball too far inside as Dylan Wiggins' first pitch is a ball. All right, runners at first and second. Colin Kenny running for Waechter. He's at second. Hemmings running for Santana. He's at first. Besesse at home plate. He hits one high to center field, and that's over the head of Minerva, but he catches up to it, hits the brakes, turns around, makes the grab, and that's the third out. All right, bottom of the fifth. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. 2 men left on base. We move to the top of the 6th inning. Jesuit 9, Barron Collier 0. New Cupid. That's what the Balin Jesuit moms were doing their line dance to. Waechter still out there. He is 69 pitches into this, and he is in a good spot to finish this thing out, even if it's 2 more innings. What's that? Okay, Kaden Waechter back out on the bump. He'll face Brody Graham, Casey Johnson, and Carson Feltz. Brody Graham has been a victim of swinging strikeouts twice. This is his 3rd time up tonight. Hits. Swing and a miss. 8. There's a fastball, and that's got a lot of steam on it as he rears back.
What is his pitch?
71. A swing and a miss, and the trifecta on strikeouts for Brody Graham, as Waechter has had his number tonight. Casey Johnson comes up. He has struck out and flown out to left field. That diving catch by Christian Sheffield. And a caught foul tip for strike one. And Waechter showing no signs of slowing down here. He misses outside, a ball and a strike. Ben Burke, my favorite statistical anomaly, is warming up. A swing and a miss, a ball and 2 strikes for Waechter. A swing and a miss and a victory hop as K is for Kaden. 2 outs as Waechter is just steamrolling at this point. Carson Feltz comes up. He struck out and then was out on a bunt where DiCarlo made the play right at the cutout there on the left side. There's his slider that misses just up and in. A ball and no strikes. There's the slider, and there's a strike. He's got such great command of that pitch. Really, really good pitch. 1-1. And then he can dial it up to low 90s. But he mixes in that slider that is just impossible to tell is coming. And you can't really wait for that, not when someone can throw low 90s. Like that. And that one's on the handle. Scooped up, thrown up to himself is Tyler Alvario, and that is an error as it hit his glove and then popped up in the air. By the time he grabbed it and tossed it across to Muhammad, it's not in time.
Speed up runner for the catcher.
What's that?
There's going to be a speed up runner.
Oh, okay. We're going to get a courtesy runner for Carson Feltz before Alan Overmeyer takes his cuts. Number 23. 23 is the courtesy runner. Hudson Berger is going to be the courtesy runner. That's going to bring up Alan Overmeyer, the starting pitcher tonight, but then he is struck out twice, swinging and then looking. Waechter throws his bender in there, and he spins that into the zone for a strike. That one off the mark inside, well handled by DiCarlo, so it doesn't get by him. Almost hit Alan Overmeyer in the knee, and so those are always hard for the catcher to catch. But DiCarlo's not your usual catcher. 1-1. That one, a hard ground ball, backhanded, knocked down by Samir Muhammad. He gathers it up, steps on first, and that's going to be out number 3. All right, in the top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-0 Jesuit.
In action elsewhere, American Heritage won 5-0 over Maryland Jesuit. That's their first game. They still have to play another one and possibly the third. Bishop Moore is defeating Mulberry by a score of 7-0. That's at the top of the seventh. Mulberry won last night. If Bishop Moore hangs on the win, they'll have to play a third game to determine who goes to Fort Myers. Way up in the north, Arnold leads Clay, it's tied 1-1 in the bottom of the fifth. And Arnold won last night.
All right, Dylan Wiggins back out to the mound. He is set to face Wilson Andersen and Samir Muhammad, but it looks like Colin Kenny is going to bat for Muhammad. I see him on deck over there. We shall see. Man, it is quiet here right now. It's like that last Gatlin boy just hit the floor and cowered to the county. You could have heard a pin drop when Tommy stopped and locked the door. I mean, it is like not a peep other than Mike Letting. All right, Wilson Andersen, he has singled, reached on an error, and tripled. So he's 2 for 3 tonight. Future Mississippi State Bulldog. Well, he'd love to get this over with in one swing, I'm sure, and take the outright lead in home runs. But right now, let's just get a base runner there, Wilson. 1-0. There, he does hit one in the air to left field, and that's got some carry, and it bounces, short hops the wall. And he'll stroll into second base with a double, so he has now had a single, a triple, and a double tonight. And it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance for the cycle, but he's 3/4 of the way there. All right, Colin Kenny. He's going to pinch hit. He's going to pinch hit if he's not too tired from running all night. He's been a courtesy runner like 4 times already tonight, and now he gets a chance to swing it. Colin Kenny, senior, gets a chance here. Certainly has a chance for a single and an RBI. There's been 1 home run tonight, and that was by Brody Smith early in the contest. And that's the only ball to leave the yard tonight. 1-0. Now, there you go. Dylan Wiggins finds a strike zone with that one. It's a ball and a strike. Interesting delivery. He's kind of almost straight over the top, right at 12 o'clock. And he also throws a curveball from that delivery that's got a lot of break on it. That fouled straight back out of play. 1-2 to Colin Kenny. There's nobody out. Again, winning run is standing at second base. That's Wilson Andersen, who got there on a double that short hopped the left field wall. There's that breaking ball, and he calls him out on a strike. It looked a little bit high. And again, Jesuit fans get to groan together on that one. Yeah, exactly. They get groan practice. All right, Christian Sheffield up with 1 out. And again, pretty much everybody's got a chance to try and finish this one off if they can drive in this run. He has singled to left, walked, and struck out. There's that breaking pitch, stays a little bit high. 1-0. Jay Kirchner is on deck. If he gets a chance, he should get a chance. That's a called strike. He just went out here. So Sheffield with a ball and a strike. 1 out, 1 man aboard. There's a breaking ball. Sort of scoots right by Feltz, but not far enough for Andersen to advance, and it's now 2-1. That one, a wild pitch off the shin guard, ricochets all the way to the opponent's on deck circle. And Wilson Andersen now at third base on the wild pitch. And now infield is in because it won't take much here. This can be a little Luis Gonzalez little fister into short outfield over these fielders. It can be a base hit in between them, or it can be a walk. So now there's runners at the corners, and now the middle infielders were dropped to double play depth. The corners will stay where they are. And now Jay Kirchner. Jay Kirchner comes up. Jay has been a 4-time all-tournament selection, the 6'1" junior. That one misses outside. There's one away here, bottom of the 6th. Down low, 2-0. On deck is Brody Smith.
She's had her back in the field. There's lady in a white blouse with her glasses. She could get a soccer. Oh, really?
Down low, bounces it in there. It's 3-0. And Dylan Wiggins now 16 pitches, 10 balls, 6 strikes. That one a foul ball right back into the shin guard of Carson Feltz. Inside, that's going to load the bases, and Brody Smith comes up. Now Brody has been an on-base machine tonight, really all year, but 2 walks, a home run, and a strikeout. And so the senior has had quite a send-off for himself in his final game here at Paul Straub Field before he heads up to Johnson City, Tennessee. All right, and Wiggins delivers, and that one is fouled back into the netting by Brody Smith. On deck is Kaden Waechter. Corners are in. And that one is hit high and deep and foul. So Brody Smith had home run number 2 on the distance, but just didn't have it in fair play, and now it's 0-2. Well, he got into that one. That one was way off to the right. That one hit Sean Hannity in the head. Breaking ball up and out.
So Jesuit was the higher seed.
And he waits on a breaking ball. Nicely done by Brody Smith as he fouls that away. Hey, Austin. Here, this is where you don't necessarily need that home run swing. This game's over if you can just punch it through the infield. And that one, a little dribbler over to first base, thrown home, gets the force there. So over Hyer to Phelps, and that forces Andersen, and the bases stay loaded. All right, Kaden Waechter comes up. Kaden has been hit by a pitch. He's singled, walked, and doubled. So he is an OBP machine tonight. On base all 4 times. And has only added to his average of an even 400 coming into the game. Takes strike 1. He can help his own cause with a base hit here. That one is fouled off into the dugout. In on his hands, 0-2. That one bounces in there, well blocked by Carson Phelps. Keeps Sheffield at third base, so it's a ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2. There is a called strike 3 on a breaking ball over the outside corner, and Waechter just sort of shakes his head. But, you know, it's the first time he hasn't been on base tonight. All right. So you guys know exactly what I'm going to say about Ben Burke as he comes in to pitch this final inning, it looks like. What's that? Yeah, he's the statistical anomaly. He is a total statistical anomaly. All right, so Ben Burke will come in. All right, Ben Burke, I've told you before, is the sabermetrics anomaly. Let's see, who's at third base? Third base is Colin Kenny. Bryce Bassesi moves to first. All right, who's at shortstop? Hey guys, who's at shortstop? Is that that's number 20.
Rivera most likely at shortstop.
All right, yep. Okay, so we've got Colin Kenny at third, Hudson Rivera at shortstop, Bassesi moves over to first, Wilson Andersen still at second, and in to pitch is Ben Burke. Now, Ben Burke leads the team in ERA, WHIP, and FIP. Strike 1, and that's what he does best. His first pitch strikes and throwing strikes. So he has pitched 16 2/3 innings this year. Fastball off the mark outside, 1-1. He has struck out 29 batters and walked 1. He has a 4.20 ERA. A swing and a miss. And so he has the sabermetric statistic, fielding independent pitching. You want it to be low. Kind of like ERA, you want it to be low. Strikes him out swinging. Low is one thing, negative is another. His is minus .097. It's hard to get a negative FIP, fielding independent pitching, but you do it by striking out a bunch of batters, walking almost no one, giving up no home runs. And that's exactly what he does. Strike one. He is a strike-throwing machine. And that's how you do it. That's how you get a negative FIP. It's a statistical anomaly. And if Wilson Andersen keeps doing what he's doing, he's approaching it because his is getting down near 0. 1-1. Burke, the junior lefty, fires in strike 2. 1-2. He's a 24-time perfect game all-tournament selection. Fastball up to 86. A whip of .660. That's walks plus hits per innings pitched. You want that to be low. There's strikeout number 2. And I can tell you that Fort Myers awaits as Jesuit is now 1 out away from another trip to Fort Myers and the state semifinals with their eyes on that championship trophy. Brings up Dylan Wiggins. He has singled and struck out. Ben Burke spins one. It stays up and out, 1-0. Number 23 ranked left-handed pitcher in Florida in this junior class. Fastball inside, 2-0. And Ben Burke says 2-0. I don't know if I've seen a 2-0 count in a month. There you go, swinging a swing and a miss, 2-1. He can sling it. Misses outside, 3-1. There's a strike, and now it's a full count. So Dylan Wiggins faces a full count, 2 outs, and a strike thrower in Ben Burke. And the umpire says that's a lot of racket. That's a lot of racket. It's like the umpire says it's like they're putting for the PGA Championship here. Everybody be quiet. And that is popped up in foul territory on the right side. Brody Smith heads over, and senior Brody Smith dives back into fair territory to make the catch in dramatic fashion, and that should end it as Jesuit with a 9-0 victory. Another shutout victory, and Brody Smith, the senior, heads out to center field and does a backflip between Sheffield and Murtaugh to celebrate this regional championship.
Because they are the highest seed, they will change the seed and they will play the lower seed. So give them a chance. Look ahead.
All right, folks, 9-0 Jesuit.
May the 17th, the Tigers will play at 4 o'clock or at 7 o'clock at the complex in Fort Myers. Once again, please hang out or have a award ceremony where each team will receive a trophy.
Well, congratulations to the Barron Collier Cougars on a fantastic season and getting to the regional final. And, you know, they came up here and faced the 2 top right-handed pitchers in the state of Florida in the junior class. And that's where that just could not come up with any offense. And Jesuit certainly came up with its share of offense to support those 2 pitching efforts. Tonight, was Kaden Waechter with 10 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 walk, no runs allowed, and Ben Burke with 2 strikeouts. So 12 total strikeouts for Jesuit tonight, 16 strikeouts from Wilson Andersen last night. Folks, Jesuit will now get the regional championship trophy, and Barron Collier will get the regional runner-up. And I want to thank you all so much for joining us this year for these live streams. You know how much I've enjoyed this. I'm so glad you guys enjoy it too. I'll be back next year, God willing, and we'll have multiple camera angles. We'll see if we can make this this experience the best it can possibly be with the resources we have and those we will add. So God bless you guys, and good night.
Once again, hope to look forward to seeing you down at Fort Myers a week from Right now, an action elsewhere, by the way. Arnold leads play by a score of 3-1 in the top of the sixth. American Heritage won their game, and Bishop Warren's defeated Mulberry by a score of 7-0 in the top of the seventh. Thanks for coming, folks. Have a safe drive home. We look forward to seeing you at Fort Myers. And once again, fans, we want to thank you for supporting this baseball team here at Hyer Family Park, Paulswell Baseball Field. And the perfect component to the Jesuit success are you, the fans. Give yourself a round of applause.
Wanna play some music or done?
I'm just sure I want to.
Yeah, wouldn't mind if you play some shit. See if I can find Glory Days.
I remember, what's his name? Armando Flores would play, I got some rice cooking on the microwave. That was always the victory song.
Yeah.
I got some rice cooking on the microwave. All right, Austin. I enjoyed it, brother.
Same here, man. Till next year.
Coach O, I enjoyed it, my friend.
Glory Days. I'm on fire. Ah, you were gonna play, baby. All right, gentlemen, thanks for all your help this year.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.